Tyrus is a byproduct of the laboratory that Jawan Howard creates. And Jawan was obviously with us and with Tyrus from July 1 on to September, whatever the date was of his surgery. And then Jay Smith has taken that over. Tyrus is a very confident young guy, and now it's a different situation. So when Hunter made his decision, Tyrus was aware that, well, you know what, a lot goes on to my shoulders. I think that there's small things. He's catching the ball better. His foul shot looks better. Still could be cleaned up. He was rushed a little bit, I thought, early. And he's doing a sensational job with his left hand. And who knew that he was medical enough to tell me that he didn't think he could go in the second half? It's pretty impressive for a guy that's not pre-med.
What was it that happened?
His groin. But he has had, I can't remember the exact day, but he did have something happen maybe 5 or 6 days ago, and to his groin area, and then, or maybe it was, yeah, it was in this last stretch of time, and he said at halftime he felt a little tweak, but they examined him. He'll fine.
With so many newcomers and so much change in the roster, how do you feel like the team is gelling together to this point already?
I think it's, big picture, it's symbolic of college basketball. And I do think that for as many knocks as they take, the NCAA, the fact that they allow you time with your players in the summer, you can get up to speed quicker. So we get 4 hours, 8 weeks during the summer. And even though Olivier was away, we could get these guys into how we're going to play, how we're going to practice, how we're going to teach, terminology. So when we do start practice on September 25th or whatever, the idea is to make progress. And if we're not better Sunday, then everything up to now has been a waste of time. So to me, it's a progression, and we're now in the world of building teams as opposed to building programs. And so this team is getting better. But if that's as far as we can go, if this is the top, it's going to be a long year.
But has it been like having Jawan back at practice a little bit, and do you expect, when he might be back full time, I guess?
The answer to the second part, I have no idea. I know that he has unbelievable medical resources, and he is unlike most males in that he is not going to be stubborn. The experts will make the decision, and I will say having him back is interesting, because even when he is back in some of our practice meetings, and the practice is crafted, it's still, there's certain touches that he's looking for, certain ideas. His ferociousness for watching tape has not changed. And, that's his team. That's his team. And allowing us to practice and prepare them it's been interesting. He was in the building, right? He was in the building, but he didn't speak to us after walkthrough, but he was in the building. At one point, it crossed my mind, like, if we start to trail here, is he going to send me a note? Like, is there going to be somebody sitting with him, and all of a sudden this kid's going to come sprinting up with a note to, call the 3-out play or whatever? That didn't happen.
Anybody have anything else?
How's Doug doing after he took a knock?
Doug is fine. Yeah, Doug is fine. It had to do with the fact that he wore low-cut sneakers. That's what I was told. Again, it's not a world that I'm familiar with. Like, we could go into a very long thing. I've never in my life owned more than 2 pairs of sneakers until I came here. I now have 33 pairs of sneakers in my I had to get from a 1-bedroom condo to a 2-bedroom condo. The 2nd bedroom has only sneakers and gear in it.
Anything else?
Trey Jackson, 8 for 10, 3 for 4 from deep. What's he brought to this team?
You know what I really like is that he has not blinked. Think about it. He's a young local kid who has come home. So now there's added pressure. That's not easy. It's added pressure. And T. Will is ahead of him, in the depth chart. But in our, let's just say that we had a secret scrimmage, and at our secret scrimmage, he didn't blink about going into the game, because that's going to be a really big role for this team, whether you want to call it the 6th man, the 6th starter, whatever it would be. And tonight, there was no blink. The biggest test will be when that ball doesn't go in. How is he going to handle being 1 for 6 instead of 5 for 6 to start a game? He has to have that same energy and that same change the game mindset. And that's what he has been doing even in practice sessions.
How did you kind of see Terrace act as a spark early in the first half?
How did I see him?
How did he act as a spark for the team? He kind of, as he stepped up, really helped Michigan kind of take the lead.
Well, I think that the players, when they see a guy be rewarded for his hard work, they know how hard each other works, even then when it's not a practice setting. So you can feel that when he walks to the foul line and he confidently takes a shot. When he finishes with his left hand. In today's world, they still seem to get excited about dunks. I mean, they all can dunk, so I don't know what all the excitement is about, but he's powerful, and they like him. He's a likable young guy. So, and he's younger, he's younger than Olivier and the guys he's playing with, T. Will, Trey. So he has a big voice, and when they see that guy perform well, I do think it is a spark. Good point.